Welcome back. If discipline feels impossible, your problem may not be laziness. Your brain may simply be done trusting your promises after watching you break tiny ones for years. First, we will look at why discipline gets heavy when self-trust has already taken too many hits. Then, we will break down why one tiny kept promise can do more for you than another giant life plan you secretly know you will abandon. After that, we will connect that first kept promise to momentum, identity, and the strange little confidence boost that makes the next step feel less disgusting. Finally, you will get a simple rule you can use today without becoming a monk, a robot, or a productivity goblin with 17 apps. Here is the brutal part. Every time you say, "Tomorrow I will wake up early," "Tomorrow I will work out," "Tomorrow I will stop scrolling," and then tomorrow turns into the same old crime scene, your brain takes notes. After enough broken promises, motivation stops sounding inspiring. It starts sounding like a salesman with terrible reviews. Your brain says, "Cute speech, buddy," but the last 10 speeches bounced. Picture a late working professional who promises to clear the desk before sleeping. Not fix their whole life. Not build a billionaire morning routine. Just clear the desk, so tomorrow does not start with the laptop opening beside yesterday's mess and the first 10 minutes already slipping away. When that person actually clears the desk, nothing dramatic happens outside. No thunder. No angelic productivity choir. But inside, the brain receives evidence. Wait, we said something, and this time we actually did it. That is the first crack in the old identity. You are no longer only the person who plans, delays, and feels guilty. You become the person who can keep one promise, even a tiny one, even when nobody claps. This is why tiny promises work. A huge plan asks your brain to believe a whole new personality. A tiny promise asks for one receipt, 10 push-ups, 5 minutes of writing, 1 glass of water, 1 cleared surface. If this already gave you one promise you can keep today, subscribe. Not because the button is magical, but because this channel is for people rebuilding discipline without pretending life is a perfect productivity commercial. Discipline is not born from screaming at yourself in the mirror like a motivational hostage situation. It grows when your brain sees receipts, especially in the exact place where you normally leave a mess for your future self. Once you keep one promise, the next promise has less resistance. Not zero resistance, because your brain is still dramatic, but less. Now it has one tiny piece of evidence that you are not completely unserious. After a few kept promises, discipline stops feeling like punishment and starts feeling like reputation. You are not forcing a new personality. You are proving, one action at a time, that your word can be trusted again. Here is the rule. Pick one promise so small it almost feels embarrassing, and place it right before the usual failure point. If mornings get ruined by last night's mess, the promise is not become disciplined. The promise is clear the desk before bed. Say exactly what you will do, and when. After dinner, I will walk for 5 minutes. Before bed, I will put my clothes away. At 9, I will write 3 sentences. Specific promises are harder to emotionally wiggle out of. Then protect that promise like it is a tiny endangered animal. Because the task is not the whole point. The point is rebuilding the part of you that believes your word means something. So here is the whole game. Discipline feels hard when your brain does not trust your promises. The first kept promise creates proof. Proof creates momentum. Momentum becomes identity. And identity makes the next promise easier. Today, do not choose the biggest promise. Ask, what is the smallest promise I can protect before the usual failure point? Then come back and tell me what it was, because that is where the real shift starts. Thanks for watching. Keep one promise today. Let your brain collect the receipt. And I will see you in the next one.